Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cube Vanguard. Okay, today is February 4th, so we're heading towards spring slowly but surely. Okay, great. So, what are we going to talk about this week? Well, of course, I promise not to talk too much about swag, but it's forced upon me because I don't want to, and then something arrives. So, look at my head. I'm not talking about this part, I'm talking about the interesting part, the hat. Okay, Linux Foundation. And I think I bought another really expensive exam. No, I get them for half price sometimes. I mean, the more you buy, they give you discounts. And also, like, there are days like Black Friday and I think like Boxing Day. So because, as you know, Linux Foundation exams can be quite pricey. All exams are pricey. So really, you want to try to find them with discounts. Anyway, so I got this great hat, Linux Foundation. That's really cool. Um, you'll also notice I'm wearing the Veeam Legends swag here. So it's been a great swag week. Also, I mean, I think I pointed this out last week or the week before about the Vanguard swag I received. So this is the Tanzu Vanguard swag, okay? So I sign up for everything. If there's swag, I'll be there. Look at this. This is a battery pack thingy. And it's like, look, I mean, that's wonderful, right? So if I'm on a bus or something and I lose it and someone steals it and pretends it's theirs, I'll say, oh, you know what Tanzu stands for? No, oh, it's like a dance. And no, 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 no. Anyway, and I want to point out the box it came in. I think I did last week, but I just have to point this out again. I love this box. Like people in my house want to throw it away, and I'm hiding it. I'm hiding my box. Okay, something really interesting today is this. I'm not only into new swag, but I have to make a confession, okay? It's hard, but I was a garage sale aholic, all right, for a time period in my life. Um, I just get on my bike, go around the neighborhood on Saturdays in the summer, and go to every garage sale. And I must admit, I got some great stuff. I mean, one of the things in my defense was like if you got tools at a garage sale made 30 years ago, those tools are still fine. Where if you go and buy the new tools, they break in like 2 weeks. Anyways, so a long story short, I've seen all these bloggers and vloggers with microphones, right? And then it just came to me because I'm also a cable hoarder, okay? Which means an adapter as well. I mean, various forms. Um, I don't like throwing out cables or adapters. And I think many system administrators have this problem. And the reason is because you've been in those situations where you had an adapter or had a cable, and then you threw it out in some crazy, spring cleaning venture. And then like 2 years later, you're given something and it's got one, and you go, yeah, I've got, no, I don't. So I hide my adapters from my cables, family members, and I put them like in places and I hide them. And of course the problem then is you forget. You forget you've got them. But I was thinking about microphones for some reason because all these cool vloggers have microphones and I don't. And then it hit me. It's like 5 years ago. I was at a garage sale and it was like $2 and I picked it up, a microphone, Logitech. And I went through all my little, hidden, I'm like the squirrels in the backyard. I don't know if you've seen them. I watch them sometimes. They'll dig holes and put their stuff in there, and then in the winter they go and collect it. So I went around and found where I stuffed all my cables, and look at this. Isn't that, well, yeah, that needs a bit of work. I don't know what that is. It wasn't me. Someone drew on it, but look at that. It even says something. Rock Band. Oh, it's a cool one too. Anyway, so we'll see how that works today. But I mean, I'm even there, so it's in the frame. Jeff Burke reporting from. No, so yeah, it's cool. I don't know how well it works. We'll see. It could be that the modern day Mac microphone is better, but anyways, enough talking about swag and cables. And whoa, see, it revolted. It did a nosedive. Let's put it back here. The only thing is, it's not like the real cool bloggers. They attach it to stuff, right? So it's kind of hanging in front of them like this. It looks like, whereas mine, I got on this little tripod thing, which I don't really have space for on my desk. And so it just pulled a suicide mission on me, but I brought it back to life. Okay, we'll see or did I? Yeah, it seems I see the little thing going. We'll see how good or bad it is. And if it's lousy, I'll get rid of it. But, well, no, I won't get rid of it. I'll put it back in because you never know when you might, need it or something like that. Okay, enough silly buffooneries or whatever you call them for today. Let's talk about some serious stuff. So, really serious stuff and fantastic. I got great news this week. I mean, fantastic news. And I'll tell you why, and it's going to be part of the subject of today. I was named a Kodekloud ambassador, okay? Kodekloud has just created this ambassador program, and I love Kodekloud. In fact, if it wasn't for Kodekloud, I wouldn't have passed any of my exams because they have great practice tests. And while they're not the same questions, obviously, nevertheless, they prepare you and they put you in the right frame of mind to do these exams, especially tough Kubernetes exams. But just recently, the last one was the Linux System Administrator exam. I played with Linux for a long, long time, and I've never done an exam in Linux, and so I kind of felt left out. So I went and it was on sale, so I took it and I passed it. I was pretty pleased. So, anyways, okay, so I got Kodekloud this week, and they have a great. In fact, I'll find it. A great logo. I've just got to find it. As I said, it's sweet because it's easy. It's very easy to be an ambassador or a vanguard or whatever you want to call it. If it's something you really like, if you really think that it's quality and you enjoy the product itself. Now I can't seem to find the logo, which is disappointing. But yeah, it's easy to do. In fact, I know I pasted it all over the internet. It should be somewhere. So I'm really pleased about this. I love Kodekloud. It's a lot of fun, and to be honest, I'm hoping again that this will give me even more, impetus to study harder and do more exams, because you can never stay put in, as you know, in IT. You constantly have to grow, and so I really prefer to do that. Try to do it, whatnot. I can't find the logo. I'll find. You know what? I promise next week I will show the logo. But for now, what I'll do, since I am now a Kodekloud ambassador, I'll show the site. Okay, I'll show the site because I might as well, and because I like it a lot. Now, this is Kodekloud, and as you can see here, this is my account. It's my account in Kodekloud. And so what do I like about Kodekloud? Well, apart from the fact that it was essential in helping me pass my exams, because the courses are good, they're deep, and the practice tests are tough and to the point. So they're not like, ego practice tests, the easy questions, easy answers, and I feel really good, and then I go and I get obliterated on the exam. No, that's not what you want. You want something that's going to really test you. So when you get Kodekloud, you get your own little area, and they have a lot of free stuff there too. So if you're on a budget and you can't afford a subscription, there's free stuff. Right now, the PCA course, which is preparation for the Prometheus exam, certified exam, is free, for instance. So keep a watch on the site. They also have something called the Kodekloud Engineer, which is, I've talked about that before. It's really cool. It's a pretend business you sign up to as a system administrator. And so they give you tasks and problems, and you fix them, and you go up in points, you get promoted. It's really fun. Someone did tell me once, asked me, Jeff, haven't you had enough emergencies at 2 a.m? Why are you doing it for fun? Well, it's an addiction. Please call. No, it's just good practice, obviously. Okay, so as you can see right now, Jeff, you're doing a Docker certified associate exam course? Yes, I am, and I'll tell you why. Because, okay, I've done all the Linux or the Kubernetes certifications, but my Docker knowledge, I just winged through Docker. I learned it on the fly, and I always felt that, there's probably some holes in my knowledge, or I'm not doing some things maybe as efficiently as I could do them. Okay? So since I got a subscription to Kodekloud, all the courses are free, right? You got the subscription for the year. So it's sitting there, and I thought, I'll just do the course. I'm not going to pay for the exam, obviously, at this stage, because I don't really need it career-wise. I've got the Kubernetes certifications. But hey, I'll do the course, and it's been a lot of fun, because sure enough, there are things that just I didn't know. I never learned them properly, and so this really helped me with my knowledge. Okay. What I also like about here is you got playgrounds, okay, which is great. And these are real playgrounds. So you go in there, and so if you want to spin up an Azure, you want to spin up a Google Cloud or AWS, boom, you can go in there and play with them. Now, obviously, they disappear after you've played with them, because otherwise that would cost the company a fortune. But if you need to go in and just mess around for a certain amount of time, you have all these playgrounds available to you, okay? There's Linux ones, there's Kubernetes playgrounds, different types. I mean, look, Helm, gvisor, you name it, you can play with it. There's even just Podman and Docker, and you can request new ones, and they're quite good in providing them for you if you request them, okay? Now, another thing I like about it is they have learning paths. So what if you're not sure? Let's say you're into, Internet of Things or something, or Kubernetes, right? What do I start? How do I start? Okay, well, if it's Kubernetes, I'll go to the learning path Kubernetes, okay? I go here, and basically, here you go, step 1. Here are the prerequisite course. a Docker training course, okay, practitioner, advanced, and so on, okay. Get ready for your career, Kodekloud engineer. So it's telling you what you need to do. Programming, if you're into programming, cloud, all these things are here. And again, they start you off, get your basics right. Now, how often have you, like myself, gone, ugh, I just wish I'd started this correctly? Because, you know, you get tasks on the fly from your boss, and so it's like, and you just do them quickly. Okay, so it's Kodekloud. Again, go to the site and look for it. Look for yourself at all the wonderful things they have. They have a forum, a blog. There's Kodekloud Engineer. Here's the About Us, which tells you what they do. There is Moonshot. I had Moonshot on my Kubernetes Corner show, which I do on the Veeam Community Hub, and it had 800 views. Okay, this guy's popular. Why? Because he's smart. He's created that. He's been a practitioner. He's actually done stuff, programming, system administration, and he created Kodekloud, and it's loved, obviously. If 800 people, they didn't come to see me. I didn't say anything about swag, so, you know, it wasn't exactly my area. Okay, speaking of shows, if we're going to talk about shows, we have one this week. It was really good as well with Michael Cade. There he is, and there's me. So it was a Kubernetes Corner reflection. That is online now, so you can see it if you missed it on the Kubernetes Hub. The Kubernetes Corner on the Kubernetes Hub, the Veeam Community Hub, Kubernetes Corner. I'm usurping the entire hub, taking it over. They'll kick me out. But yeah, it was a great talk, very insightful, and Michael K gave us some secrets about things that are coming in the future. Always good to know. All right, apart from that, I'll mention this week on the technical side, I did a very quick little posting on the Veeam Community Hub in Kubernetes Corner on installing AWX on K3S. What is AWX? It's Ansible Tower. So it's a GUI which sits on top of Ansible and makes it easier to organize a whole bunch of Ansible playbooks. I mean, there's a lot you can do. And all I wanted to show was just how simple it was to get going on a K3S, so a small Kubernetes distribution, single node on my laptop. And in this post, I wrote out the instructions. So it's one of those things where you can go and do it yourself. I've provided the link to Rancher Desktop. And if you know me, you know that I like using Rancher Desktop. It's just fast, easy, and fun. And there's a lot of things you can do on top of it. So it's very lightweight, so you can get a lot working on it. And I try to not miss anything, get all the commands in there, so you just don't really have to think. Just copy, paste. Obviously, I want you to think, but if you didn't want to, you could just copy and paste and have it running. So there you go. I put in the code boxes, so you can just copy and paste, as I said before. And then eventually you should end up with this beautiful screen on your laptop, Ansible Tower, which is AWX, okay? And you can log in and you'll see this. Now, I didn't go any further after that simply because it does get kind of complicated. However, I decided I might try a funny little trick, which you can copy to. This is being done on a Windows laptop, since a lot of people have Windows on their laptops and workstations. And what I could possibly do, and I'm looking into it maybe with this setup to continue it in a separate post, is to turn on Windows RM, okay, and run Windows updates from AWX, from Kubernetes. So Kubernetes will use an Ansible playbook to tell Windows to do its updates. Is that going to create? I know Windows does the updates anyways by schedule, but it'd be fun. Other stuff too. I mean, we could tell Windows, we could probably leverage Chocolate in Windows, which is a Windows package manager. We could probably leverage AWX inside of Kubernetes, inside of Rancher Desktop, to install things on the parent host Windows machine. And people ask me what I do in my free time. There you go. Remember though, this is not just fun and games. When you're practicing like this, you're learning, you're getting better. And then when you have to do it in production, you will be ready. Okay, that's enough for this week. I'm running out of time. We will see you next week on the Kubernetes Vanguard. Oh, I'm sorry, Kubernetes Ambassador. I went back to my old show name. All right, it's been a long week. See you next week.